We must go now.
Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly. Sabi. La maledicción. This way.
Senora, it is too late. Go!
No! Papa!
Senor, in here.
Search them. Of course. Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move!
Non, monsieur, not la malédiction. Oh.
Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together. The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
Hello and welcome to Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. It was nice to see Nico and George getting along for all of 5 seconds. Anyway, let's poke around.
The priest was administering the last rites. Excuse me, Father.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest. Poor guy. There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m., be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized that the robbery took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note.
That is a very convenient piece of evidence. Surely something like that you'd keep hidden away somewhere?
There was no way anyone would have survived that. I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands. Poor guy. A small purple nozzle was poking out of his pocket.
Pardon?
In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would Wake the beast within. I always wondered who bought those white-framed glasses. Now I knew. This wasn't the first time I'd looked into a dead man's eyes. He definitely looked better.
Wow, he's dead.
I put the glasses back where they were. Best to leave the evidence the way I found it.
George, this isn't very professional.
A cryptic note and a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I needed to find where he kept his records.
Are you okay there? This guy looks familiar.
There was no mistaking this body. It was Hector Lane, art critic extraordinaire. He and I had met before.
They had met before. In Broken Sword 2, when George spiked his drink until he collapsed.
For a moment, I thought he was dead, but from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. Lane had fainted. I was going to have to find a way to revive him. Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around.
We do have something, but first...
Lane's jacket was stretched tight over his flabby form.
Now, we could pick these up right now, but I am going to wait a moment.
A pair of nail clippers protruded from Lane's pocket. Ah, Brett. The fragrance that dare not speak its name. Time to awaken the beast. What?
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted.
There we go. If you missed them in his pocket, as you can see, they fall out anyway. So you can't really miss them.
There was a pair of nail clippers on the floor. The nail clippers were monogrammed with the letters HL. Hector Lane. They must have fallen out of his pocket.
I like how he is completely unconcerned about the dead body on the floor.
Lane had the kind of looks that only a lifetime of fine dining can create. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
As they say, every artist was first an amateur. I could have bought a nice car for the price of that. Spanish modernists certainly didn't come cheap. I wondered how many paintings they'd sold at these prices. The poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it. Paris looked as beautiful as ever. The murderer left a pizza box on the table. The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left. The killer made a lousy pizza guy. Inside the box was a mess.
Wow. Are you just going to leave it there?
No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone.
Come on, George. Be polite.
55,000. Huh, shame. Just outside my price range. All I needed was a mere 65,000, and this little gem could be mine. The alarm still worked on that painting. I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded.
Would it have mattered? the guy shot someone and then ran out the door.
70 grand? Ugh, cheap at half the price. For the discerning connoisseur, a soupçon at 80,000. That bust was pretty impressive. I wondered who'd been the model. The bust was balanced precariously on the pedestal. I didn't want to knock it off. With luck, the security camera had captured the robbery. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private. The door was marked private. The door was locked with a keypad. If I wanted to get in there and look at the CCTV footage, then I'd need to find the number. Just 90,000 for this one. The tag said 60 grand. Wow, nice work if you can get it. Another alarm working as it should. The label said it was painted in 1932. The gallery wanted 80 grand for it. A rare glimpse into the absinthe-addled mind of the artist. A snip at only 80 grand. 60,000 for a sketch? Ouch. Another working alarm. Was the alarm on the stolen painting the only one that wasn't working? Challenging and experimental, like the 85K price tag.
I'm going to imagine that this alarm is working. Let's take a closer look at this device just here first.
This was where the stolen painting had hung. Why that painting? And why kill for it? The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't.
As I said before, I don't think that this alarm would have deterred the thief.
It was a vibration detector pad. I pressed the vibration detector pad. Nothing happened. It was a small red button. So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play. It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen. Looked fine to me. That wasn't the reason the alarm didn't go off. It was a small door. I guessed the alarm circuitry was inside. So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job. The stolen painting was called La Malediccio, painted by someone called Serpent in 1937, and worth just 40 grand. The stolen painting was worth less than the others. So why did the thief target it?
Serpent and La Malediccio, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, are Catalan, which you probably already have guessed. Now, Serpent means the serpent, and La Malediccio means the curse. That's... Come on, George. Let's speak to Father Simeon again.
Father Simeon looked troubled, but who wouldn't after witnessing a murder? Father?
Yes, my son.
What did you mean when you said that a great evil had taken place?
Your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
What?
Peter 5:8. The devil is all around, Mr. Stobart.
Did Henri say anything before he died?
He said, Stop the car. I want to get in.
What does that mean?
We may never know.
What brought you to the exhibition, Father?
The painting.
Which one?
La Maledictio, of course.
The painting that was stolen.
I had to confront the evil.
Yeah, I was going to say, that makes sense with those names if you know exactly what they mean. But I don't think everyone knows the Catalan language. I had to look that up. Although I don't think I really needed to say that.
I think there's something strange going on here.
Yes, Mr. Stobart. At last you see the truth.
No, Father. I mean that the robbery looks like an inside job.
The devil's work is always an inside job.
A wire in the painting's alarm was deliberately cut.
Cut by the devil himself, perhaps.
Well, as far as I know, sightings of guys with horns and tails have been a little down recently.
You mock me, Mr. Stobart. But as you will discover, the devil likes to have the last laugh.
Do you know the code to get into the office?
No, but you could always pray and ask for divine guidance.
With respect, Father, I'm looking for a slightly quicker solution. What do you know about the man who painted La Maledictio?
El Serp. He was a man playing with fire, the fire of eternal damnation.
Tell me about the stolen painting.
Whoever gets close to it will burn in hell.
Hey, Father, how about a squirt?
I think not.
How about a squirt? Is that going to be the new catchphrase for this game?
Do you recognize these?
Nail clippers? I'm not sure what your point is.
Would you like this piece of pizza?
A man has just died. No, thank you.
I know someone who would like this.
I'd picked up a piece of pizza from the gallery floor. It could be useful. I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
It's good to know where his priorities lie.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course. We worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
How long had you known him?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. And now the poor fellow's gone and got himself killed.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door. Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Maledictio, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
So you curated the exhibition? What's it about?
A brilliant retrospective. A dialectical window on European art's ongoing discourse with the unresolved psychoses of the nation-state.
Wow, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I will ask about the keypads in a moment.
Who painted the stolen painting?
Therein lies a mystery. We only know his pseudonym, El Serp. He was a Catalan, a modernist. His works are symbolic, religious.
What can you tell me about the stolen painting?
La Maledictio, a challenging piece. If you like a wide cast of obscure saints and fringe Christian symbolism, of course. Not especially valuable, though. The thief won't get much for it on the black market.
La Maledictio. I will try to remember that, and not just refer to it as that painting. Although, I could just call it the curse.
How about some more of this?
I don't think so. As a sel volatile, it was acceptable. As a cologne, it would be barbaric.
Are these your nail clippers?
Of course. See, they're monogrammed with my initials.
I've just thought, we've stolen a dead man's deodorants.
So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up.
We will turn the heat up soon. We are done in here for now. I noticed that we have a phone.
It was my phone, mankind's most treasured possession. Nico wasn't answering her phone. No surprise.
Now, who is this?
Hello, Mr. Rickenbacker?
Stobart, what do you want?
Mr. Rickenbacker, there's been a problem.
Why does that surprise me? This better not involve the Blue Lizard.
Afraid it does, sir. There's been a robbery.
Oh, terrific.
Only one painting was stolen, though.
Well, what are you wasting time talking to me for? Find that painting, or find a way to avoid paying out. Two ways to keep your job, Stobart.
I see. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anything else you gotta tell me?
The thief had a gun. He shot the gallery owner dead.
We insured him too?
No, sir.
Well, that's one piece of good news. At least tell me you got some leads.
I don't think that this guy cares about this particular painting.
I'm pretty sure the security was sabotaged. The alarm was disabled for that one painting.
So, it was an inside job. Who else is at the gallery?
Father Simeon has his own views, but I don't think that he would go that far. And I don't really suspect Lane either, but he is a more prominent figure.
There's a guy called Hector Lane.
Lane? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's an art critic. I think he's connected to the exhibition.
Now, could it be him?
Maybe, but we do not have any evidence.
It couldn't possibly be Lane.
Squeeze him anyway, and bring me the pips.
If I was going to squeeze Lane, I needed longer arms than these.
Find out who disabled the security system, then find that painting. And don't call back until you have.
Squeeze him? No thank you. I mean, the nail clippers, yes, they could potentially cut through wires, but I've used nail clippers before. Are they that strong?
The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief. From out here, you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned. The room looked like some sort of office for the gallery. I could just see the glow of the CCTV monitor in the corner. You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style. Art Deco, my favorite subway design. For a moment I contemplated getting on the next train out of here. But a man was dead, and I had a job to do. I've always been a sucker for Parisian stained glass.
Hello? This looks like a robot.
Sensors detect incoming audio source. I'm your friend. Call me Joey.
Hi, Joey. That's all that he has to say right now. But if we come back later, he will have more to say.
The Sacré-Cœur Basilica, the highest point in Paris. Impressive. The menu offered black coffee and a short list of soft drinks. The waiter wasn't exactly run off his feet. Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Oh, that must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty.
Did Nico actually have a camera on her? As far as I'm aware, she did have her mobile phone. I mean, it does have a camera on it, but I wouldn't call it a camera.
The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
Hold on. Fromage de chèvre... I don't know how to pronounce that name, but isn't that goat cheese?
What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusée.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight for sure. If you see him, give him this bill and tell him to pay up next time.
An unpaid bill. I wondered if Lane had money problems. This could be the leverage I needed to get the office door code from Lane. Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry. Do you recognize these?
They are nail clippers.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Perhaps next time we might actually buy something? Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, mainly because my French is very poor, and also because I'm still having issues with my tongue.
Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that.
I like how George is pretending that he has any influence over police matters.
Someone sabotaged the alarm on the stolen painting. A wire was cut.
What? Who could have got into the alarm system?
Exactly. It was an inside job, Mr. Lane.
You're not suggesting that I...
Well, I'm afraid that's the way the cops are going to see it.
That's preposterous. How could I possibly have cut the wire?
Mr. Lane, this robbery is not going to reflect well on you.
As I said, I shall take my chances. You're not getting that door code.
The evidence is piling up against you, Mr. Lane.
This is ridiculous.
I have evidence that puts you near the gallery late last night. But give me the code to the door, and the cops don't need to know a thing.
Impossible. What evidence?
I hate to say this, Mr. Lane, but you're going to be the #1 suspect for this murder.
So you keep saying, Mr. Stobart.
Go on, George. Squeeze him.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know.
This is ridiculous. You have no motive and nothing that connects me to the crime.
Have it your way. I will get that code.
Alright, he is squeezed. Now, one last tweak of the nipples.
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotaged, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you?
Now, I believe you. I absolutely do. But will the police? You have the motive. There's the evidence. Evidence of sabotage, along with the gaping hole in your alibi. Look, give me the code for the office, and I can make your problems disappear.
You, sir, are a blackmailer.
Yep, got it in one.
The number is 6397. But your accusations have absolutely no substance.
I had the code. The police would be here any moment, so I had to work fast. What was that number again? 642... No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Moo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.